Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting review here on Mars. As always, I'm your host, A.R.A.B. Money. It's a beautiful day outside. It is really windy, the sun is out, the river's glistening over there on the left, and here we are. We have the one and only Water Hashira, Water Pillar. You know, he goes by many names, but we have Giyu, and I don't want to butcher his last name, so I won't pronounce it, of course. But before we get into the review, I just want to give a huge thank you and appreciation to BUZZmod and Aniplex for releasing these figures consecutively. Last year we had 5 figures. This year we're getting 5 more. This is the second figure to be released this year. We have Shinobu, Akaza, and Tegan also being released later this year, which is very awesome. I think next year they're gonna release the 2 slayers that got killed by the hand demon. I can't think of their name right off. The 2 foxes. Can't think of it. And then Orkody. I think Orkody, which I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But anyways, he also will probably be released next year. I wouldn't be surprised. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into this review with Giyu. Now, one thing I will mention that stuck out to me was the shading of Giyu's uniform is a lot lighter. It's more of a gray finish, whereas Zenitsu and Tanjiro, and maybe even Rengoku, is a bit darker. It's like a darker brown or more brownish color. This is like a grayish color. So that's one thing that really stood out to me. I know a lot of people are the community is kind of like half and half with this figure, because on one end he kind of looks short and fat. On the other, you know, he still looks good. It's a BUZZmod, you know, figure and stuff, and I would have liked for him to be a little bit taller. Stick around for the photos at the end of the review, and I'll do like a size comparison with him and Tanjiro and Nezuko. You know, hypothetically he should be taller than those 2, but I think they're using like the same height, which hopefully that's not the case. I know Tegan later on is going to be the tallest figure we've gotten so far, so we'll have to see what happens. Again, BUZZmod is killing it with the soft goods. Very nice jacket here. The sword is very nice as well, and I must say, like, this is probably the only figure besides Zenitsu that I can easily slide in the sword, no problem. Very nice. Okay, now getting, you know, the overall aesthetic out of the way of Giyu, let's go ahead and get into the articulation here. So one thing I want to point out is, because of his hair, he is limited with his articulation in his head. He can look down this much, which is pretty decent. He can look up this much here, which again isn't bad. It's not bad at all, actually. I'm not sure if his head can turn all the way around. Yeah, it can, but there's no need for you really to do it. This piece of his hair back here is on a joint that flexes up and down, moves up and down here. So if you want to get Super Saiyan, there you go. Goes down, and it is a bit sharp, so be careful when touching it. Alright, he can lean his head to the left, and then he can lean it to the right. Yeah, so let's get to the arms here. Here's your T-pose with Giyu. Alright, he is single jointed, and there is no bicep swivel. I mean, they have like their own thing that they're doing here over at BUZZmod. Let's go ahead and take this off real quick. I'll show you. So yeah, their joint system, or their anatomy of the bulk that they're using is unique. It's different. I guess it kind of does have a bicep swivel, really, or like an arm swivel. There is no forearm swivel. Oh wait, no, there is. It does have a swivel there. Yeah, I mean, pretty much this is the same body as every other character we've gotten so far, with the exception of Nezuko. Okay. Put this over here real quick. And again, always when handling the BUZZmod figures, to be careful, because these hands you can be, you know, rotating it around and it just slips right off. So be mindful of that. There is a waist joint here that he can tuck in. It's not that much. And then of course here at his waist too. So he can tuck in a pretty good amount. And then back a good amount as well. Take the sword out real quick. Now for his legs, let's see. These ones are actually, so I'm not sure if this leg, it's kind of, when I pulled it out of the box, was loose. See how loose it kind of is? And this one over here is kind of more stiff, but this one's more loose. We're gonna attempt to pull it up to a total 9 degrees and see what happens here. See, there we go. So good range in his legs, and I feel like these pants are a lot baggier than like Tanjiro's and the others maybe, but who knows. I do have a cut right here, if you can see that. There's a cut on the paint, so you can look up, or you lift up this much on both legs. You can do a split here. Nothing too crazy, but you can do a split. There is a leg swivel. There's a leg swivel. There is nothing for the knees, and then the calves don't twist either really, but the feet does rotate all around. They point out. There are rockers too, and you have your toe pivot also. Again, point out. They can rock back and forth here. You have your toe pivot, and they do rotate all the way around. Okay. So that's it for the articulation. Again, if you're familiar with BUZZmod, then you already know what you're getting yourself into. It's just a different, you know, head sculpt on the same body with a different sword and effects. But other than that, you're pretty much getting the same thing that you're used to. Okay, but all right, we were going to cut to the accessories and then we'll go on to the conclusion. All right, welcome back to the accessories segment. So as you can already tell, he comes with one relaxed head sculpt. He comes with his sword that has a cover for it. He has a relaxed hands, and then his jacket there. But in addition to those, he also comes with a screaming faceplate, which is very nicely done. No misplacement on the paint or the scan or whichever, however they do it. And then one for his eyes closed, dead calm, I guess, maybe. Here we go there. Only 2 faceplates with Giyu. I think Zenitsu had the most faceplates, hands, and like accessories all around. Next we get this badass blade here. And then for his hands, we have his sword holding hands here. his open hands for when he's using his blade. And then 1 second here, just bear with me. And then his lastly closed fist here. And that's it for the hands. So you get a total of four pairs of hands, which isn't bad. It's decent. All right, moving right along here. Now we're gonna see the effect that I was really excited for here. Before we get into that, so here's his basic, his knees and then the mat for him to kneel down on. That comes with every Demon Slayer. So yeah, so now we have these really cool effects here. What's the water effect? So here they are, and they just plug in like so. So there you have it. There's the effect, and you can twist it to where it's going up. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so this is all that Giyu comes with. I think it's a good set. It's fair. I can't really think of anything else I would have asked for with this set. Maybe like slash effects just for his dead calm, so I can, you know, recapture that image. But you could always buy slash effects and things like that. So overall, this release from BUZZmod it's been great. I give it. Or, you know, would I recommend this figure to you? Yes. Not only because BUZZmod figures, they start out expensive, and the aftermarket, it's highs and lows. I've seen Tanjiro's listed for $130 that have been opened and used, and I've seen them listed for $170 and it's sold for $170. So the pricing on these figures, again, highs and lows. If you're thinking about getting this figure, then I recommend you do it. There are some websites out there that are still offering this figure for pre-order. I know BBTS is sold out, but their thing, another website would be Sure Thing Toys. They do have this figure for like $144 plus shipping. Not a bad price, because I think secondhand he's going for about $170 shipped. And then you have your eBay sellers from Japan as well. But would I recommend this figure? And again, yes, I would, especially if you're going to collect the whole line like I am. You know, you gotta have Giyu. He was the first Hashira shown on the show. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.